you know what it is. This is, the vibe where we get real about complex conversations about work, life, and school. I'm here with Gaethano Charles. In this first episode, we're talking about one of the biggest keys to it all, time management. Let's be real. Juggling work, school, and life can be a real life circus. But with the right tools and mindset, you can make it work. Joining me today are three incredible guests. We've each figured out a way to manage their time. Let me introduce them to you. On my right is Janiva. She's currently studying biotechnology at RCC while having a full-time job. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I'm Janiva. I'm 22 years old. I am currently working as a marketing agent. I am studying biotechnology. I am a licensed and performance technician and biomanufacturing technician as well.
Great. We have with us Robenson Issac. He's currently enrolled at BHCC and working full-time. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, my name is Robenson Issac. I'm working full-time as a regional counselor and part-time student at Bank Hill Community College. Even I didn't know my major yet, but I'm getting there. And I'm like 31 years old. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. And we have Grace. She's a college sophomore at Endicott College, working toward a degree in English and a minor in professional writing, while having a part-time job too. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
So I work here at BevCam. Shout out to everyone here.
Hi.
My minor's in English. Well, my major's in English. My minor's in professional writing, which is like technical documents and proposal writing and all that boring junk. But someone's got to do it, and I'm bad at math, so here
Definitely.
I am.
Thank you, guys. So let's get into it. Balancing work, school, and life can be a challenge for many of us. How do you personally approach managing your time, especially when things get overwhelming?
Well, it's a bit hard managing time when you work full-time and then go to school. So you have to find the right balance, first of all, because you cannot miss school and you cannot miss work. And you do need the work to be able to afford school. So I think one of the things that is helping me actually is finding a way to be able to get my schedule from work and school to be an exact point. Like if I work 9 to 5, for example, I enroll to school 6:45 to 8:45 p.m. It might be hard because,
Definitely.
having a whole full day work and school, but you got to do it. You got to make it work. So
You gotta do it.
yeah.
What about your Branson?
For me, it's kind of like pretty easy because the work I do is like really really easy. I work 3 to 11 shift, so my work is like I deal with people with mental health. So it's like give like medication and cook for them, and I really have like a lot of free time on my job, so I can do my homework and everything. But what I would say is always have a plan, and I think if you're gonna have like a full-time job, you have to be like a job where you can have peace. You can work at a restaurant and then go to school. It's not gonna be easy for you because the restaurant is really that stressful. I worked at a restaurant before. I was a cook before. I was cooking as a cheesecake factory, and it was very stressful. So what I would say is like have a plan, have a good schedule, and then so you can manage everything, so you can prioritize everything in your life. That's what I would say.
What about you, Grace?
For me, it's a little different because I only work part-time, so I do have more time to focus on school and my studies. But the way that I organize that, because like I'm taking like a maximum amount of credits, like I'm taking the most like classes possible, so I organize my time by priority and due date. Like I live by my calendar. Basically, I just prioritize whatever is coming up the closest, whether that be a paper or a smaller assignment or like my shift at work. I just prioritize myself on my calendar, and due dates stress me out.
Next question. What tools or techniques do you rely on to stay organized?
That's a good question. I will say I have a little, what is it called? To-do list on my desk. So I would say that when you have a to-do list, it's easy for you to know what to do.
Yeah.
Because my job is pretty stressful. I'm not gonna lie. It's a hard job. But one thing I love about it is the fact that I can have a bit of free time to say, hey, I need to do this. I need to leave early so I can catch up on homework, so I can do all that. And also, when I have my to-do list, I would say, okay, this is the time for me to do this homework, like English homework or biology. And like she said earlier, I'm not good at math, so if I have a math homework,
Math.
if I have a math homework, I will definitely do it on my day off because it will take all my time. But I'll say one of the best tools is to have a to-do list. So make it a priority. What do you have to do? Because I forget sometimes. I
We
forget a
all
lot.
forget.
We all forget. But if you have something that can hold you accountable to it, then definitely that should be worth it.
That's great. That's great.
For me, what I would say is like I do have a to-do list, but the other thing I do, I put a reminder of everything I have to do. On my phone, I have a reminder, so I have to do this at that time. I have a reminder that's gonna tell me I have to do this at that time. And one of the things I'm gonna say is like discipline. That's very important to have discipline on everything you wanna do, because you have to know what's more important than what not important. So that's what I do. So it's really important to have that.
Well, one second. I tried to do the reminder thing. It doesn't work for me.
It's not easy.
Because sometimes it might be, when you're sleeping, it's like...
Exactly. Sometimes you might watching a movie or something and you don't want to even do the homework.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
I kind of already answered this in my last answer, but I live by my calendar. Like I put everything in there. Like I put like my shifts for work. I put my classes there, and I kind of transpose like my to-do list from like my Canvas, like my school website, and I put that in like my normal calendar, so I
Gotcha.
can organize my time based on what time I like in between like classes that I have to work on certain assignments. If I know it's going to take me longer, I'll give myself like longer stretches of time in between obligations to work on that. But if it's a smaller thing like a discussion post, I can get it done like in between classes.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Next, when the day gets overwhelming and the clock is ticking, what keeps you motivated to keep going? No.
That's hard. It's not easy.
Well, I would pretty much say my parents, because I have Asian parents. So, when the clock is ticking, you're like 22 years old, and they will tell you, Janiva, you know what I mean, right? So when you have the little voice telling you what you have to do, that, you're 22, what you're going to do when you're going to have the degree. So based on that, that have to keep you motivated. For example, when you're a child, they say, if you don't do this chores, you're not going to get candy. So my mom tell me all the time, Janiva, super diplômé, ou pas non marié. I was like, okay. So basically she would say that if I don't get my degree, then I cannot bring someone home, for example. So, that little voice will tell you, okay, you know what, I have to get my things together, I have to focus, I have to get motivated, and also I have big plans. So I want to finish with school and get everything sorted out so I can give my parents something that I really wanted them to have, so I can give them what they gave me. So I was like, that is my main focus, is like to be able to give my parents what they deserve in life.
Yeah. That can keep you motivated.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For me, what I would say is like, we're not living for people. Excuse me. We know that we're not living for people. We're not here to impress people. But sometimes, what people expect from you can keep you motivated.
Yes, definitely.
Because if you have friends, let's say you have friends that go to school, that that got a degree, that got everything, or even you have a girlfriend, you have whatever, you kind of have to impress people. Like I don't know, in some ways you have to impress people. And sometimes even like your parents, they're waiting on you. Sometimes they don't want you to like sit down and be lazy, not doing anything, or go to work only. Like you have to have a degree. And those kind of things, like your parents or people, friends or whatever people you got in your environment, kind of like motivate you at some point, because you don't want to be like, oh, you don't want to like be like, you want to make a difference. You know what I mean? You want to make a difference. And so when you with a group of friends, let's say you a group of friends and say like, oh, this one is got this degree, this one got this degree, and then what about you? What are you gonna say? You don't want to be like, oh, I'm just working full time, or I just got a 9-to-5 job. No, you don't want to say that. So you want to, when you sit somewhere, somebody you someone. So that can keep you motivated, like to be someone, or to your name to be known. So yeah.
But what if you don't have the means necessary to go to school? What can you do in that case?
I will say, you kind of like look for your gift. Everybody got a gift in life, or look for your talent.
Yeah, for
everybody
sure.
got a talent. Let's say you can go to school, you can study, like she said, she don't like math. So let's say somebody don't like, oh, I don't want biology, I don't like this, I don't like that. Okay, but you have a talent. You can work in a talent. There's many people that didn't go to school that didn't make it. But they have a focus, they have a talent, and they focus on that talent. Let's say you can make people laugh. Go to stand-up comedy. You don't have to go to school for that. I'm sorry. Let's say you good at drawing. If you can go to school for that. But some people, they got talent. They don't have to go to school to learn something. They can just do it because they gifted.
Yeah.
So everybody got a gift. So you don't have to know your gift. You have to know your talent. So some people are born with it, or some people just go to find it. So find your gift.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Money. Well, not in the sense that I want to get money, in the sense that, like, if I don't do my work and fail my classes, that is a semester's worth of tuition wasted. And,
right?
where's that money gonna go?
I agree.
So basically, just like keeping yourself like focused and oriented, because you like don't want to like you work to go to school, at least like while you're still in school, and then you
Yeah.
work to like keep up your lifestyle. But while you're in school, money's your highest priority, because it's what's feeding you, it's what's keeping your education, and what's
Yeah.
keeping your dorm. And if you just like goof around and like don't take your work seriously, then all that money is just money out the window. Like, you just don't want to waste it.
And you're gonna pay for it too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Definitely. So, have you ever struggled with burnout? How do you know when it's time to step back and take a break?
Always, all the time. I always struggle with that. But I get pretty anxious when I have a burnout. So I will say, as soon as I feel like I'm going crazy, I will step back. Because, like I said, my job is pretty stressful. I deal with people a lot. So, and imagine that you have a deadline. For example, you're at work right now, and you remember that you have 4 pages of biology due by the next day, and someone could just come and just give you a hard time. And you want to say something, but you can't because you're on the job. You have to be professional. So I was like, okay, I have to focus. And I was like, I need the job to pay for school, and I need the school, But I would say, as soon as I feel like I'm going crazy, I'll just take a step back. We call that in my job 1 minute. So as long as you know that you don't feel well, you have a burnout, so you have 1 minute, 30 seconds to either call someone. So the 30 seconds they'll tell you, they will say, hey, I would need 1 minute. So they will do 30 seconds. You're gonna say everything that you want to say in 30 seconds. The next 30 seconds, you're gonna take a deep breath and focus, and then you go back. So I would say this has been helping me a lot. That 1 minute rule. So yeah.
What do you do for your job?
I'm a sales agent. So I am marketing, I sell stuff. So when people, and then we have that 80-80, 80-80 rule. So, when you have someone, this kind of person, you have 80% like, oh, okay, they're going to say no to you.
Yeah.
So you have to focus on the 80% that might say yes to you. So in a 9-to-5 job, you find pretty, like 100 people saying no to you all the time, and you don't have that 1% that you need to make a sale. It's hard.
Yeah.
And you have people that do training. So yeah, it's pretty stressful, but at least I have that 1 minute rule. So yeah, I can do it. But yeah, it's something like that. You have to focus. You have to know your focus, because if you don't, you're not gonna be able to make it if you don't focus on something. Because every single job is stressful. I'm not gonna lie, but every single time you might have a patient, like you're working, okay, I might have a patient that give you a hard time, or whatever job you do, you're gonna find that little stress ball in that job. But you just have to focus and say, you know what, I'm here to make money, so I'm gonna make money and then pay for school and get something else. That's it.
Can you repeat that question again?
Have you ever struggled with burnout? How do you know when it's time to step back and take a break?
How do I know when to step back? When I can't breathe anymore. Like there's sometimes you feel like, yeah, you can't breathe anymore. It's too much. That's when I know I have to step back. And that happened to me when I was taking my last classes at BevCam. And it was pretty tough at that time. And I just withdrew myself from the class. without even like I don't know do the right process because I couldn't take it anymore. It was too much, and for me, that's how I know how to step back when I can't breathe anymore. This time I feel like I can't breathe normally. I can't, and I just like hey, like I have to stop, and then I just stop. That's how I do it. Because everything like I have to do like to find my peace, I will do it. I don't care. I don't care to cuss. I don't know nobody gonna cuss me. I don't know. I don't care. I'm gonna step back. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna step back. Whatever it is. Because I have to find myself first. You can't lose yourself. How are you gonna find something else if you lose yourself? You have to find yourself first. And I'm gonna do everything that I can do to find myself. If it's like, okay, the job, I'm gonna call out. If it's school, I'm gonna drop it. Like for a minute, because you can take it back. He's always there. I know you can lose the time, but he's always there. You can go back to it. Just take time for yourself because you can't go to school and learn if you lost yourself. How are you gonna focus?
That's true.
Are you gonna go to that job if you lost yourself? You have to find yourself first. So everything that I have to do to find myself, I will stop it. Everything to find myself.
How do you find yourself? That's a good question.
That's a good question. Well, how do you find yourself? That's also, you can see it in multiple ways. Because there's multiple points. So if you're a Christian, for example. So for a Christian to find himself, you will say, let me pray. Or let me go to church. But someone that is not a non-believer, they might say, okay, I can go to therapy, I can do yoga, I can have a little stone practice, whatever they need to find peace, because there's each stone that they wear will say something. So they have a stone that said, okay, that's peace. So they will just go and buy that stone for them to have peace. As a Christian, like myself, I will pray. I will say, okay, you know what? It's time for me to take a step back, to pray, to feel like I need to spend time alone with me and God, to find myself back. And it's been a hard time since after COVID, a lot of people have lost themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's true.
4 years after COVID, you're still struggling to find the whole you back. Because the person that you were before COVID, that's the person that doesn't exist anymore.
The world changed after
The world
COVID.
changed. It's
whole
like
world,
the whole world changed, so you change with the world. So basically, you changing with the world causes a lot, like depression, anxiety, the suicidal rate. It's been up the roof because you lost yourself somewhere, because you spent like couple months away from people, like your loved ones. You can't even go see anybody. So it was like just you. So it was hard. So getting back to this point, you will never get your whole self back, but you're gonna be a different person. So now you have to find the break for you to be this different person while also accommodating yourself to your environment. So you have friends, you have partners, you have family. So you're changing, they're also changing. So you have to change in order to make you happy and to make them happy, to get them in your life. So it's a hard thing to do. So it's like you're struggling to find you and to find someone that everyone's gonna like. So it's, I would say, find whatever that gives you peace. Like if you're a Christian, pray. Because God is always there. He's always gonna listen. He's your best friend. And if you're not a believer, then do whatever you want that can give you peace.
Yeah. Or we say like do what you like.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna find yourself. If you like God, you go to God. Some people they use alcohol. They're different ways. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody is different. Some people it's alcohol. Some people it's music. For me, it's music. I listen to music. That's how I find myself. I listen to music. I write too sometimes. I write stuff down. That's how I find myself. Yeah, I write stuff down a lot.
Writer?
Yeah, I write a lot. I write a lot about everything. About my life. About friends. About everything. So that's why I find myself sometimes. Yeah.
I don't even know where I find myself. I'm trying to think about it. I don't know what I...
You should try. You should try something.
Well, like when you like, let's say like when you feel like you're anxious and stuff. So what do you do like to calm you down? What can calm you down? Like what do you do? Like what can give you peace?
That's a pretty hard question.
Wow.
I mean, I'm trying to think about it, and I don't know if I have a routine or I don't know if I have something I can say. Like when I feel some type of way, I can go to that thing and say, I'm gonna do that thing, gonna calm me down. I don't know if I have that, But for sure, I know sometimes I play video games just to relax. If I feel like I'm nervous about something, I'll just play video games. But I cannot say that's the thing.
But did it help you calm down, or did it you not thinking about?
Oh, it
those
depends
things
on the
that
game.
Yeah, things changes.
I mean, so
'Cause,
that's why it depends on the game. So you're gonna play a game that you like.
Let's say for example, I'm playing
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty or I'm playing FIFA 2024. You started
why
playing
not
and then
25?
when you started losing,
Yeah, you
get
get
worked
anxious.
up.
Yeah, I know. I
You
know.
get a PC off. I know that.
Yeah, especially when you do an FC24 and you have a career, you're a manager, and then you take a goal at last minute, you cannot even get it back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel
So
you.
I
feel you.
don't know if I can say video games is the thing that give me pace in a way.
Yeah, things
I don't know.
changes.
I don't think I ever I never sit down and think about that. I don't think so.
You might, because me, I have a lot. I pray. I play video games, by the way. I'm pretty good at FIFA. We should play one day.
Okay.
I listen to music. I write too. But at the same time, there is stuff that you're going through. One of the things that you use to do that keep you calm will not going to work.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you have to
for
come
sure.
up with something else.
Exactly.
So there is different time of your life that what you used to do not going to help you. So you have to manage to find something else that's going to give you peace. Like go up on a mountain and yell. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I never found an actual mountain when I go up and so I can
That is
scream my lungs.
crazy.
I know. Listen, I grew up in Haiti. Where do I see monter sur la montagne Yo, I want to do that here sometimes. I can't. I cannot find a place to go and scream. I've been wanting to do that for 5 years. So it's like I have something that wants to scream so bad. But if anybody had an idea
Somebody's a
for that,
screamer.
yes. If anybody has I'm serious. If you guys have any idea where I can go so I can scream, I will appreciate that.
In the
very
front of a
much.
police station.
Well, no.
They will
Maybe
put you somewhere.
they'll put me in a jail
somewhere.
cell, but I don't want to go up to mountain and scream and wake up people in the neighborhood. Here, the way things are made, it's like you have a lot of houses in place of the mountain, so you cannot scream because you're gonna wake up
People will
someone.
think
Yeah,
you're crazy.
So when you're back in Haiti, if you guys know what I'm talking about, so you can scream, nobody's gonna listen to you. So you're free to scream. But here it's like we have to wait and see, okay, there's a house there, I cannot do that. But yeah, I've been wanting to do that for 5 years. So if any idea, please let me know. Send them my way. I wanna scream.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I. That's a, like I said. I think I need to really think about that.
Yeah, you should.
I think I need to think about that because finding peace it's really good because the world is crazy. I remember before we started recording, I was talking about how do you really have free time? Because you work in
No,
your
you don't.
school. Do you really have free
No,
time?
you
What is
don't.
free time?
Oh, actually, you do. You have free time. When
What
you're
is free
sleeping.
time?
When you're sleeping. 'Cause you don't do anything.
I mean,
But when you play
Well-
video games, that's free time.
that's not free time. You're wasting your time. But for
That's
example,
wasting time. That's not free. Exactly. That's wasting time. So, yeah, I feel like you don't have any free time here. So you entitled to work and go to school. So you have something to be. You want to do something. So I don't think you have a free time. So free time will be probably when you're sleeping. You don't do anything. You don't think about
yeah,
anything.
so that's not free time.
That's the free time because playing video game is wasting your time. Listening to music while you can do homework is wasting time.
Exactly.
So
Watching movies, wasting time.
because
Going
you-
out, wasting
But
time.
why do you call it free time then?
That's what I'm
when it's
saying.
nothing.
Do you
'Cause
have free time? What is free
I
time?
don't have free time.
Free time's like when you free from everything. Like you got time for
Are you-
yourself.
Okay.
Actually-
when are you free from everything?
Yeah.
I don't know, when you're in your bed laying down on scrolling your phone, that's free time. You call it wasting time?
Yes, because you see, you're on your bed, it's time for you to sleep and you're on the bed
Mm-hmm. 2
scrolling.
a.m.
That's wasting
watching
time.
TikTok.
'Cause-
So-
exactly. So you end up sleeping at 4 a.m. while we're supposed to be
And somebody's
asleep by
waking up
11.
at 6.
Exactly. Exactly. So, or you don't even sleep at all. So that's wasting time because you were supposed to be sleeping by 11 p.m. You're on your phone, like scrolling, and 3 a.m. and then you have to wake up. So I just wasted 4 hours of sleep for nothing.
I think we can do one episode talking about free time. What is free time? Because
Yeah,
Yes.
that's important. That's
That is
important.
very, very very good question. What is free time?
Yeah, that's important.
Anyway, so what advice would you give to our audience to be better at managing their time?
Well, I think making a plan,
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
a to-do list,
Important.
having that calendar. There's a calendar called the Big Ass Calendar. So it's a calendar that gives you every single time, every single days, and you can write something. So if you have that kind of, because some people are more visualized, then they will look at something and say, you know what, I have to do this.
Yeah.
If you have a little small calendar, you might not even think about looking at it, because sometimes I have a little one in my desk. I don't really look at it because my computer will be in front of it. But if I have that huge thing right in front of me, as long as I walk out the door, I can see it. I will,
And
okay, you know what?
I have to do
this is what I have to do, because I can see it pretty much clearer. So I would say having that to-do list, the big one or multiple, so you can look at everything every time you do something, and also making that plan. So we're getting older. We're getting older. So the thing that you wanted to do when you were a teenager, you cannot thinking about the same thing right now.
Oh no.
Because right now you have to think about growing up. Right now you're talking about school and working full time, but after that there's a life that you have to build. So after the school, after the work, so you have a family to gotta take care of your family. So you also have to think about that. You have to see the bigger picture, because you will grow up eventually. So you will not be in school forever. So you have to think about that. You have to make a plan and say, okay, right now I'm focused on this, but for me to be able to do what I want to do if I have 10 years. So that will be the main thing. Like, I have something to focus on and said, okay, this is going to keep me motivated. This is going to be the reason why I manage my time properly for school and work, so I can become the person that I want to be. And one of the advice that I might give everyone will be to make a list. So you have a 50 things that you have to write down. So it might seem easy, right? 50 things. I want to do 50 things, but out of the list, there's something that you want to do. There's something that you don't have to do, and something that I prioritize.
Yeah. Yep.
So the first 5 ones will be easy, trust me. But the rest, you might struggle a bit. But it will help you out, because you will put them in category after that. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I want to prioritize. And stuff that you won't even need.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be the great thing to start. Manage your time, make a plan, make the list, and you'll see.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, like a plan, to-do list, and then the other thing I will say is limit your distraction. Let's say, limit your.
Stop being on the phone at 4
limit what you say.
Stop wasting your time.
We can say limit wasting your time.
The best way to
You have to
manage your
limit
time
that.
is to not wasting your time.
Yes,
You have to
definitely.
put limit. Gotta limit on everything. I know how to limit yourself.
Definitely.
Limit distraction and stuff. Yeah, that's all I would say.
And one other thing I think we didn't really touch, it's finding time for yourself too. Because time management, yes, you have school, you have work, you have life, but you have to manage your time in a way too, to have some free time. Even though we were talking about free time, but you have to find some time for yourself.
Yeah, that's
just
important.
to stay away from everything else.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you're not going crazy.
That's hard.
That's important.
That is hard one.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, but yeah.
So that's it for today's episode. It was a pleasure to vibe with you all. Huge thanks to Janiva, Robenson, and Grace for sharing their insight and keeping it real. Remember, it's all about finding the balance and making time for what matters the most. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share it with your friend who could use some good vibes in their life right now. Catch you next time. Until then, stay balanced, stay focused. You know the vibe.